Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for class today. This is going to be a nice smooth vinyasa flow and I'm going to focus a little bit on the hips here. The reason I'm focusing on the hips is because we have all been dealing with a lot of stress lately. There's a lot of stress in the world and we tend to carry that right in the hips. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of it today. All right, so you won't need any props today, but if you would like a block or something like that, feel free to grab it. I'd like to invite you to turn on some energizing music, whatever works for you. So if you want to do that, pause, come back when you're ready. And we're going to start at the top of the mat today. Watch out for puppy dogs, right, Carrie? All right, so spreading your toes nice and wide, grounding through the feet. Bringing your hands into heart center as you roll the shoulders back. Let's take them up to the ears, down the spine, 2 circles here, up, down, and release. Drawing the belly button into your spine as you lift through Mula Bandha, lift the pelvic floor. Helping direct your energy upward. Begin building our Ujjayi breath, constricting the back of the throat. Nice, steady inhales and exhales with the mouth closed. Let's take 5 breaths here. As you bring your awareness to your mat. Every exhale, releasing whatever does not serve you for your practice. One more breath. As you inhale, reach your arms all the way up for the sky. Look up. Pause here. As you squeeze your glutes, squeeze your lower back, begin to just go back a tiny bit, not too much. Breathe here as you feel your heart opening to the sky, keeping the shoulders down. On your next exhale, we're going to swan dive down nice and slow. Go ahead and release your head, let it hang heavy. Maybe you want to bend one knee, then the other. Taking a moment to get used to being upside down. Beginning to loosen up your joints. On your next inhale, halfway lift, look forward, belly button in. As you exhale, plant your hands, step it back. We're going to vinyasa, so if you'd like to go modify, go ahead and drop to your knees. Otherwise, stay up in full plank. I'll demonstrate on the knees this time. As you exhale, bring your elbows into your sides, lower your heart down. Inhale, finding cobra. Look up, just the shoulders and chest lift. Exhale back. You can either take a child's pose or a downward dog. If you're in downward dog, maybe pedaling your feet, beginning to open up the calf muscles, the hamstrings. Feel your breath. One more breath here. On your next inhale, look forward, step your feet all the way up. Long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Look up, tip back just a little. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that again. Another sun salutation. Inhale, circle up, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, look forward, open the throat. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, modified or full vinyasa. This time I'll show you the full one. So up on the toes, exhale, elbows in as you lower down. Tops of the feet press, lift the heart. On your next exhale, roll back over your toes, find downward dog or child's pose. Wherever you are, focus on spreading your fingers and toes nice and wide. And if you're in downward dog, really press into the first finger and thumb here, giving a nice, strong foundation and protecting your wrists. We'll take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, look forward, step your feet up, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your arms all the way to the sky, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, and vinyasa, coming through chaturanga. As you inhale, either finding cobra with the belly on the mat or upward dog with the knees and hips lifted. Exhale back, find your downward dog or your child's pose and breathe. If you're in downward dog, go ahead and turn your heels out just a little bit. Feel the rotation in the hips. The stretch perhaps moving all the way up to the glutes. On your next inhale, look forward, step your feet up, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sun salutations be now. So we're going to inhale into chair, bend your knees, sink your hips back. Exhale, tip forward, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, look forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and vinyasa with your breath. Exhale, meeting in downward dog or child's pose. Inhale, bring the right foot up. We're going to pause here in a high lunge here just for a moment. Finding length in your spine, draw the belly button in. When you're ready, take an inhale, reach your hands to the sky for a high lunge. If this is a little much or if you don't feel balanced enough here today, you can always drop the back knee down. On your next exhale, we're going to come back down. Step your right foot back and vinyasa if you'd like. Otherwise, meet us in downward dog or child's pose. On your next inhale, take the left foot up. Pause here. Pressing back through the right heel. Check your knee, make sure it's either on top of or behind your ankle. When you're ready, draw the belly button in. Inhale to reach your hands up. Pausing here for a moment to notice just the sensation in your hip right now. On your next exhale, hands come down. Go ahead and step back for a vinyasa, downward dog, or child's pose. Meeting back in downward dog or child's pose as you breathe. Drawing the shoulder blades down your spine. Let your head hang heavy. Shake it out if you'd like. Nod it yes. Shake it no. One more breath here. As you inhale, look forward, step your feet all the way up, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your hands up for chair. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more. Inhale for chair. Exhale, tip forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, vinyasa. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Inhale, bring the right foot forward, drop your back heel down. We're going to inhale, reaching the hands up to warrior one. Squaring the hips to the front of your mat. Pull that left hip forward. Know that whatever tension is in there now, you'll have released by the end of class. On your next exhale, we're going to come down nice and easy. Step it back. Vinyasa, child's pose, downward dog, whatever you need right now. Exhale to meet in downward dog or child's pose. Inhale the left foot forward, plant your right foot down. Inhale, arms up. Drawing the right hip forward as you square your hips and shoulders to the front of your mat. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Feel your breath. On your next exhale, hands come back down. Step it back. Downward dog, vinyasa, or child's pose. Exhale to meet in downward dog or child's pose as you breathe. Finding our resting poses here on the mat. Taking brief moments throughout our practice to pause. To reflect and see where we are. One more breath. As you inhale, look forward, step your feet all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reach the hands up for chair. And exhale, hands at heart center. Taking a moment here again to just find our mountain pose. Standing tall, shoulders are relaxed, your face is soft. Check in with your Ujjayi breath. Are you feeling the heat building in your body? Hopefully, because I am. One more breath here. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink back into chair. So bringing my hips way, way back. I'm going to shift the weight into my heels so you can pick up your toes, wiggle them around if you'd like. My legs are strong and steady. Drawing my belly button in to help lift my heart as I turn my gaze up to where the wall meets the ceiling. And I breathe. The most important part of our practice is the breath. If you start to lose your breath, feel free to stand up a little higher. No problem. On your next exhale, let's bring the chest down parallel with the mat. Lift the belly up so it's not laying lazy on your legs. If you'd like, you can take the arms out to the sides like an airplane. On your next exhale, forward fold. Start to straighten the legs as your hands come down. Let's hang here heavy for a moment. Feel free to grab opposite elbows. Let your body become heavy and soft. The only thing drawing you down towards your toes right now is gravity. On your next inhale, release your hands, find a halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, big toe pose. Take your first two fingers around your big toes, bend your knees as much as you need, and draw your hips to the ceiling. So you gaze back between your legs, relaxing the shoulders down the spine. Breathing into the hamstrings, feel the sensation. With every exhale, see if you have a little more space to sink just a tiny bit. On your next inhale, release the hands out, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back. Inhale up, warrior one. Again, that bat leg is strong. Sinking into your front knee, check in, make sure the knee's not going past your ankles. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers, pressing the palms up to the sky as you draw the shoulder blades down. On your next exhale, we'll open up to Warrior Two. Hips and shoulders open to the side. As you sink down into your hips, feel free to take a bigger stance with your feet. Walk your feet out. Find your spot today. Keeping the back kneecap lifted by engaging your quads. Same thing with the front. Check in with that knee. And for today, because we're working on the hips, we're going to interlace the shoulder or the fingers behind your back. Draw the shoulders down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold your right shoulder inside your bent leg. Let your head hang heavy, exalted warrior. Let your hips slowly release here. If this ever becomes too much on your shoulders, you can always take your hands down to your lower back. One more breath. On your next inhale, hands come to the lower back. You lift up. Exhale, reach your hands back out. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, windmill the hands all the way down to the mat. Step it back. Downward Dog Vinyasa or Child's Pose here. Exhale, meeting in Downward Dog or Child's Pose. Take a pause. Spread your fingers and toes again. Keeping your hands and feet nice and active. And on your next inhale, look between your hands. Left foot comes up. Right foot plants to the earth. Arms reach to the sky. Really sink into that front leg. We're opening the hip little by little. Since this is the second one on this side of your body, maybe you can sink a little deeper. Just again, make sure that knee doesn't go past your ankle. Walk your front foot out if you need. Feel free to interlace the fingers, press the palms up, draw the shoulders down. Create space around your ears. One more breath here. As you exhale, open up Warrior Two, a nice big stance here. Front knees pressing out towards your pinky toes as you drop into the hips. Keeping the quads nice and active, protecting your knees. And let's go ahead and interlace the fingers again. As you inhale, press away, look up. Exhale, fold. Left shoulder inside your left knee. Let your head hang heavy here. Again, if this is a little too much on the shoulders, you can release your hands to your lower back. Otherwise, keeping them lifted over your head, opening them, but also giving you a little extra body weight for strengthening and for our stretch. On your next exhale, bring the hands to the lower back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands out. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Vinyasa, Downward Dog or Child's Pose. Exhale to meet in Downward Dog or in Child's Pose. Breathe. Rest. This part of the practice is just as important, if not more important, than your physical movements. One more breath here. On your next inhale, look between your hands. Let's step the right foot up. Go ahead and drop your back knee, untuck your toes, reach your arms to the sky. Kneeling lunge. Start to press through that left hip, sinking it down. Squeezing the left glute. Belly button's drawing in, protecting the spine, helping keep you lifted and balanced. If you're happy here, feel free to stay here. If you'd like a little bit more, go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes. On your next inhale, come all the way up to a standing lunge, crescent lunge. Make sure you're pressing through that back heel, keeping your leg nice and strong. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. Feel it opening in that left hip. We'll take 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, wherever you are, take the left hand down to the mat. Right arm reaching up for the sky. Twisting lunge. Bringing that right knee in towards your opposite shoulder. Turning your gaze up towards your thumbs. Breathe. Your next exhale, take the right hand down, step it back, downward dog, child's pose, or a vinyasa. Exhale, find downward dog or child's pose. Pausing here. Relaxing the face. When we're working on these deep hip openers, it's really easy to tighten up your face and bring your stress somewhere else, but instead let's let that all go. Let's not just move it to another place of our body. On your next inhale, look forward. We're going to step that left foot up, drop your back knee, untuck your toes, arms reach for the sky. As you sink into your right hip, squeeze the right glute. Helps protect you from stretching too far. Relax the shoulders. Belly button drawn into the spine. Again, if you're happy here, stay here. If you'd like more, take your hands down to the mat, tuck your back toes, and as you exhale, press up and reach your hands up. Reaching back through your back heel, reaching up through the fingertips and crown of the head. Feel the strength building in your legs. One more breath here. On your next exhale, wherever you are, the right hand comes down. Left hand reaches up for the sky as you twist, hugging that knee in towards your chest. Drawing the belly button in to help you twist, so we're always twisting from the core. Feel your breath here. One more breath. As you exhale, take the left hand down, step it back, downward dog, child's pose, or vinyasa. Exhale back, finding downward dog or child's pose. As you breathe and rest. Gazing back at your toes. Checking in with Mula Bandha, make sure the pelvic floor is lifting. Helping you defy gravity. One more breath. And inhale, look between your hands, step the right foot up. We're going to exhale all the way up, warrior two. A nice long stance here, maybe a little longer than the last one. Go ahead and tuck your tailbone under just slightly, reaching through the arms, look over your front hand. Every exhale, you can sink down just a little bit more 2 more breaths here. On your next exhale, take the right forearm to your bent leg, left arm reaching up over your ear. Again, if you need to walk your feet out a little bit more, go right ahead as you drop down lower into the hips. Draw your left shoulder down away from your ear. Nice long line from your heel all the way through your fingertips. If you're happy here, stay here. If you'd like something a little different, you can start to reach your right hand down towards the mat or a block. Giving this hip a little extra love. One more breath. As you inhale, come back up, warrior 2. And exhale, windmill the hands down, step back, downward dog, child's pose, or vinyasa. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Inhale, left foot forward. Drop the back heel. Exhale up, warrior 2, moving right into it. Sink down, take your feet apart as much as you need. Nice strong arms, but a soft face, gentle gaze. We are strong warriors, but we are also gentle, peaceful warriors. Two more breaths here. As you exhale, the left forearm comes to your right, to your left knee, right arm reaches up over your ear. Drawing the belly button in to help keep you lifted off your bent leg. Directing your breath to the hips, the legs, giving them strength, giving them heat. As always, if you're happy here, stay here. Other options are to take your left hand down to either the mat or a block. Just dropping down a little more. Finding a little deeper stretch. 2 more breaths here. As you inhale, come back up, warrior 2. And exhale, windmill down. Downward dog, child's pose, or a vinyasa. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. And for right now, if you're in downward dog, go ahead, drop to your knees, untuck your toes, sink it back to child's pose. Release the forehead down. We're going to check again with the Ujjayi breath. Taking a moment to notice its strength. To notice the heat you've built in your body. On your next inhale, look between your hands. We're going to step both feet up to the front of the mat. Long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the hands all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands at heart center. We're going to find warrior 3 today for our balancing pose. So if you'd like, go ahead back to the middle of your mat or so, depending on where you are in your room and what's around you. We're going to take a moment to find the balance in our right foot. Spreading the toes, shift the weight over. As you inhale, bring the hands up, left knee lifts, your foot is flexed. It's always an option to stay right here depending on how your balance feels today. If you want to kick back into warrior 3, inhale to prepare. Exhale to tip forward. Left leg reaches back behind you. Gazing down at one still spot on your mat. See if you can level the hips out so we're not open. We're not rotating the other way. We're right in the middle. Keep that back foot flexing. Keep it strong and lifting. Keep your breath flowing. As you inhale, bring the left knee forward. As you exhale, let it go, release it out. It's done. This side is over. One more side to go. So let's ground through the left foot. Spread your toes, shift your weight over. Inhale, lift the hands up, right knee up, flex your foot. Take a moment to find your balance here. And again, stay here if this is where you want to be today. If you'd like to move into Warrior 3, inhale to prepare. Exhale, kick that right leg back behind you, coming into a capital T. Flexing the back foot, feel the strength in that leg as it stays lifted up behind you. Belly button drawn into the spine, keeping your upper body lifted. Anytime you fall out, just climb right back in, no problem. That's what balance is all about. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, draw the right knee forward. Exhale, let it go. So now we're done with our standing poses. Let's come all the way down onto the mat. Inhale, circle the arms up, look up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back. Downward dog, child's pose, or another vinyasa. Exhale to meet in downward dog or child's pose. Pausing here for a moment. Keeping our movements very mindful. And on your next inhale, look between your hands. We're going to step the right foot up. Walk that foot out to the outside of your right hand. Keeping the knee either on top of your ankle or back behind. We're going to pause here. Dragon pose. Press back as hard as you can through that back heel, keeping this leg strong, keeping the knee lifting. If this is ever too much, you can always drop the left knee down. If this side is feeling particularly open today, feel free to come down onto a block or your elbows. It's not feeling that open today for me, so I'm coming back up. Starting to slow your breath down. Making every inhale and exhale just a little bit longer than the last one. One more breath here. On your next inhale, we're going to walk that right foot across your body over to where your left hand is. And then very gently lower the knee down. We're coming into pigeon. All right, so that right foot is flexed. Release the back leg out along your mat. Inhale, find a long spine, look up. Exhale, start to walk your hands out in front of you. Releasing the forehead down towards the earth. Maybe you place your forehead on a block, or maybe you make two fists, stack one on top of the other. Rest your head here. For today, see if you can draw the left hip down towards the mat, nice and slow. If that's ever too intense, no problem, back out. Move with your breath, but listen to your body. Slow, steady breaths. Breath here. As you inhale, walk your hands back up. We're going to take that right foot back for a downward dog as we shake it out. Pedal the feet, sink one heel down, then the other. Getting ready for the other side. As you inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Go ahead and walk that foot outside of your hand. So taking a nice deep lunge here in dragon pose. Press back through the right heel. Always checking that knee. Make sure it's on top or behind your ankle, just protecting it. Never want to put too much strain on your knee joint. Lifting through Mula Bandha to prevent us from overstretching. Also to help us balance. As always, you can drop your back knee down and untuck your toes. Just finding a spot that's comfortable, where you still feel the sensation, but you can still breathe and you're not pushing yourself too far. Your body will tell you where it wants to go today. One more breath here. On your next inhale, walk your left foot across your body. And as you exhale, dropping that leg down, release the back leg, untuck your toes, finding pigeon here on this side. Flexing the left foot. Inhale, long spine, look up. Exhale, walk it down. Find a spot that's comfortable for you here on this side of your body. Allowing your head to relax. This is one of the poses where I generally notice the difference in my sides of my body the most. My left hip is a lot tighter than my right. It has been for a long time, and that's okay. Feel that long, slow, steady breath. See if you can draw that right hip towards the mat just a little bit more. One more breath. And inhale, walk your hands back up. Exhale, take downward dog. Walk the dog, sink the heels down, alternate. Kind of wiggle the hips around, do whatever you've got to do to release that last pose. On your next exhale, let's drop down onto the knees, over onto one hip. Swing your legs out in front of you. Now we're going to come into cow face pose. So you want to stay where you are on your mat. I'm going to turn to face you. All right. So I'm going to bring my left leg underneath my right. I'm going to take my right ankle, cross it over my left. So my knees are stacked, my feet are out to the side. They're relaxed and soft. If you need, you can always take a blanket or block, just lifting your hips up a little bit. We're going to inhale here as we sit up tall. Exhale, gently start to fold your upper body over your legs. Relax the head, tuck your chin. Relax the arms. If you'd like, you can give your feet a little rub here. We've done a lot of work in our standing poses today, so take care of them. With every exhale, feel the outside of your right hip softening. Your legs softening. And your upper body dropping down a little further. Maybe your nose reaches your knee, maybe it doesn't. Doesn't really matter. On your next inhale, let's come all the way back up. Hands come into heart center. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale, twist. Bring the left elbow outside your right knee. Start to turn your gaze back over your top shoulder. Every inhale, find length in the spine. Every exhale, pull the belly button in, twist a little further. On your next inhale, look out in front of you. Exhale, untwist yourself. We're going to shake out the legs in front. Release, 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 let it go. Come to the other side. So plant the left foot on the mat. Right leg threads underneath. Left ankle and knee come over. Your knees stack or come as close as you can. Wherever that is for you is fine. Again, my left hip is tighter, so my knee is not stacking the same as the other side. And that's all right, no big deal. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold over. Go nice and slow. Relaxing the upper body. And let your head become heavy. Again, if you want to rub the feet, maybe the ankles this time, your Achilles tendon. With every breath, the left hip is releasing just a tiny bit more. You're sinking just a little deeper. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist. Right elbow outside your bent leg. Gazing back over your left shoulder. Noticing what's behind you. All the tension you've been holding onto the hips that you've let go on your mat today. As you exhale, blow it away. One more breath here. Inhale, look out in front of you. Exhale, untwist. Release the legs out, shake them out, let it go. If you've got a mat or a block or blanket, something rolled up underneath your hips, you can release it out. We're going to inhale, sit up tall, reach up, flex your feet. Exhale, forward fold here. Maybe you grab onto your big toes with your peace fingers. Maybe you're holding your ankles, your calves. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. We're going to lead with our heart here. Every inhale, find length in the spine. Every exhale, your heart's reaching for your toes. Draw the belly button in. On your next exhale, go ahead and release that stretch out just a little bit as you round your spine. Drop your head down. Maybe you want to grab onto the edges of your feet. Tuck your chin here. Feel your breath. And inhale, walk all the way back up. We're going to shift the hips forward on the mat. Very slowly, very gently, lower all the way down. So scooping the pelvis below me as I drop down one vertebra at a time. Once I get there, I'm hugging my knees into the chest. I'm going to rock it around side to side, maybe up and back. Just see what feels good on your spine today. And then go ahead and find yourself lying down on your back again, planting the feet on the earth in line with your hips. Palms of the hands come down. We're going to find supported bridge. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, peel your spine up, squeeze the glutes, lift your hips high to the sky. Lifting Mula Bandha, draw the belly button in to support your spine. Maybe start to walk your shoulder blades underneath your bodies, interlacing your fingers. Press the pinkies towards the earth. Really focus on the front hip bones reaching up for the ceiling. Feel your breath. Make sure you're still breathing nice and slow and steady. And on your next exhale, untuck the shoulders, gently release the hands and roll the spine down. Bringing the knees in. Again, you can rock from side to side or up and back. Up and back sounds good to me today. And we're going to go ahead for one more supported bridge. So finding your back again, planting your feet on the mat. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, peel the spine up. You can walk the shoulders underneath the body and interlace your fingers again, or maybe you take your hands up to your lower back. Your hips are nice and open. See if that gives you any more flexibility in your spine. Let your hips rest onto your hands. If you'd like to find a little bit of fun on your mat, play around, maybe take one foot up. And switch, find the other side. On your next exhale, wherever you are, release the shoulder blades out from under you, release the hands, roll it down. Hugging the knees in. Taking one more chance to rock here. And rolling back to your back. Let's take happy baby. So the knees come on either side of your body, hands up to the outside edges of your feet, or you can use your first two fingers to hook around the big toes and draw the knees down on either side of your rib cage. You can rock here again too if you'd like. You know, my first two kids never ever did this pose, so I didn't know why they called it happy baby, but my third one loves this. He enjoys playing with his feet. Let's go ahead and release that. We're going to release into a reclining butterfly. Soles of the feet to come together. Your legs make a nice diamond shape. Your feet don't have to be way in. You can walk them out. Go ahead and tuck your shoulder blades gently underneath your body. Let your feet fall open as your knees drop out to the sides. If this is ever too much, or if you'd like a different feeling, you can take a blanket or a block under each knee. Completely up to you. Let's slow the nervous system down even more with a nice breathing exercise here. We're going to go through a 3-part breath. So dividing your torso into 3 sections. First one's the belly, then the rib cage, then the chest. As you inhale, we're going to fill the belly first, then the rib cage, then the chest. And as you exhale, we go the opposite way. Exhale out of the chest, squeeze out of the rib cage, and then the belly. All right, so wherever you are, if you want to close your eyes, go ahead. Relax your face. Relax your hands. And let's begin. Inhale into the belly. And the rib cage. And the chest. Exhale out of the chest. And the rib cage. And the belly. Inhale, belly. Inhale, ribcage. Inhale, chest. Exhale, chest. Ribcage. Belly. Inhale, belly. Ribcage. Chest. Exhale, chest. Ribcage. Belly. Inhale, belly. Ribcage. Chest. Exhale, chest. Ribcage. Belly. Let's go one more round. Inhale, belly. Ribcage. Chest. Exhale, chest. Ribcage. Belly. Pausing here for a moment. Feel the effects of your pranayama breathing practice. Maybe noticing a little more calm and stillness. If you want to stay here for Shavasana, that's totally fine. Otherwise, you can extend your legs nice and slow. Move carefully. Letting the feet fall out to the sides. Checking in with your body here. As you soften into your mat, notice that your body feels a little lighter at the end of this practice. Almost like you're floating. The energy that you've built up is holding you up like a cloud. Your worries, your tension, your stress that you are storing in the hip joints has lessened or gone away. So you can float a little higher. Starting to float back down towards your mat. Bringing your awareness back to the room around you. Deepening your breath. Starting to wiggle your fingers and toes. Waking the body up. Maybe rolling the wrists and ankles around. Taking your arms over your head, find a long stretch. And then roll over onto one side using your arm as a pillow. Pausing here as you seal in your practice. Whenever you're ready, coming all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Begin to open your eyes, readjusting to the light. On your next inhale, sweeping the arms up, palms come together and down to heart center. I hope you're able to take the levity that you feel now off your mat today. Have a peaceful, calm day. Thank you so much for joining me. I honor each of you. I appreciate each of you. Namaste.